Morning and welcome to another video. Today we're at Rivington. We've parked at Rivington Hall Barn. It's a bit wet. I'm not sure what it's going to be like for the entire walk. It looks a bit claggy up top, so we'll see. But I've got a rain jacket in the bag and all the relevant clothing. But yeah, what we plan on doing today is 4 peaks. I plan on making my way towards the top, but before I go up to Rivington Pike, first I'm going to do Pigeon Tower. So we'll take a bit of a left once we get towards the top. We'll do Pigeon Tower, then we'll follow the road past Pigeon Tower, and then we're going to come towards Winter Hill. But before we hit Winter Hill, we're going to make our way up. We're going to do Noon Hill. From Noon Hill, that's our first peak, and then we're going to go on to Winter Hill. After Winter Hill, we're going to make our way down to Two Lads, lovely cairn at Two Lads, and then from there we're going to go on to Rivington Pike, and then make our way back down to the car park. It's about 6 miles in total, probably take me around about 3 hours, so we'll have a good look round. But from the car park, which is just behind me, I'm just going to swing you around so you can see. So from the car park, which is over there, you go up the path if you want to go to the Rivington Hall Barn. You can make your way that way, but if you want to go straight to Rivington Pike, you come up the path here, and then you're going to take a left, and that takes you past Rivington Hall Barn, and then I think we swing a right, and then we just make our way upwards. I really love the Garmin watch. It's just works really well for me because I use all trails and OS maps, and I can literally just create the route on all trails, all OS maps, download it straight onto the download it straight onto the Garmin, and I don't need to worry about getting my phone out all the time. I can just look at my watch, and it'll tell me which way to go, and it gives me turn-by-turn navigation. Vibrates on my wrist, just saves you having to get your phone out all the time. But if I do need to get my phone out, I can do. Like I said, all my routes are always downloaded straight to the phone as well, so I don't have to rely on phone signal. It's just another way of navigating. After walking a couple of minutes up that path, you'll come to this gate again. Just keep straight ahead. You can't really go wrong, if I'm honest with you. At Rivington, you just keep heading upwards. It's a bit of a climb at the start. Nothing too strenuous, in my opinion. One thing I do want to give a shout out while I remember is there's been lots of renovation work going on at Rivington just recently. You've got Pigeon Tower, which has been recently renovated, but I can't remember the name of the people. But we have volunteers at Rivington who are constantly helping to make the paths a lot better and just keeping it accessible for all. And around here, this is one of the pieces, or one of the parts of the area they've been renovating. And I know over the years around the Japanese gardens, a lot of work's gone on there to just keep them tidy and keep them maintained, keep them presentable. So to those volunteers who do that, thank you. But look at that, like I said, the views quickly start opening up. You can go to the left, but we'll just follow the signs. Japanese lake that way. but it's a cracking walk. Even when it's raining or sunny, just get your coat on. No such thing as bad weather, just bad clothing. Morning. Again, I touched on it before about the paths. If you look at all the paths, they're really well maintained, and that's thanks to the volunteers. So yeah, another shout out to you guys. So the Japanese lake that way, Watts of Horwich that way, back where we've come from, which is Rivington Harbour, or Levers Bridge. But like I said, we're going to go this way. Said about the weather, it's just started to rain a bit harder now, so I might come a point where I need to get the get my jacket out, my waterproof jacket. What I was saying about the Japanese gardens, even in bad weather, it looks lovely. I mean, look at it, really nice. Great spot for have a sandwich or a snack, brew with a view. As I touched on before, there's been lots of water, or rain, should I say, not lots of water, been lots of rain, so cascading waterfalls. It's always nice, isn't it? Must admit, I really love this jacket. When I first started hiking last year, training for the Yorkshire Three Peaks and the National Three Peaks, it's one of the first pieces of equipment I got. It just keeps you dry, packs down really well, really lightweight as well. So it's good for, you know, keeping you dry, which is the main thing you want, but also it's really good in high winds because it's windproof as well. I mean, I won't lie to you, I quite like when the weather's like this. Just something about getting out in the rain, I enjoy. Maybe I'm a bit sad, I don't know, what do you think? What do you like it? I mean, do you prefer the sunshine or the rain? What's also good about coming up river this way, especially with the kids, they can just go and explore. There's lots of interesting, cool things to see, especially if you're a kid. So just above the Japanese gardens, you've got these old ruins here. I'm going to swing you around so you can have a look. So when you come up, you see kids just standing around here playing hide and seek or whatever. So yeah, really good fun, to be honest with you. And just looking down on the gardens there, lots of information boards around. As I touched on at the start actually, so the kitchen gardens, just talking about the restoration work which has gone on, and obviously these are all the volunteers which have helped maintain the upkeep of all the paths and steps in and around Rivington. So massive thank you, massive shout out to you guys. Really popular around here. And again, so we've just walked up from that path there, and just another path, really good for biking, hiking, running. If you come to Rivington regularly, you'll see the trail runners really popular, especially up past Yarrow, White Coppice and across the moors. So you've got Great Hill, and the moors from Great Hill to Winter Hill, really popular for the trail runners. So when you get to here, you've got that path there. Now you can go that way, and that can take you towards Two Lads, or you can go that way, which takes you Pigeon Tower, which is the way we're going to go. That's the cafe I was on about. But most people, what they'll do is they'll go through the fence here and head up towards the pike, which you'll see in just a moment. So that's the pike behind me. The cloud's really low at the moment, so I don't know if you can make it out. Swing you around. The pike is just there, probably another 5-minute walk. We're going to walk that direction past Pigeon Tower, and then we'll end up somewhere over there, taking in Noon Hill, and all the way to the far end, which is Winter Hill. Then we're going to go across to Two Lads, which is about a mile that way, and then what we're going to do then is from Two Lads we'll make our way back up along here and we'll hit Rivington Pike. I was hoping to go inside Pigeon Tower, but it's not open every day. At the moment it's open on the first Saturday of every month. I think it's 10 till 2, and you couldn't, it was abandoned for a long time, Pigeon Tower, and I think in the last 5 years or so they've got lost refunding and renovating it. It looks really nice now, and the views, especially on a clear day, you can see for miles. So again, shout out to, you know, the people that have got together and restored that, because in a lot of places they'll just go to ruin, which is a shame, and it's great.
And the third time stopped.
Yeah. I'm up to Pigeon Tower now, and getting some nice views, especially of Lower Rivington. There we are. So yeah, you can see the reservoirs down below. Some great walks there as well. Like I said, lots of work's been done on the inside and the outside as well. So if you've got the views like that from the top of the steps, imagine the views you're going to get from up there through the windows. I was talking about the restoration before, and it talks about it here. The Pigeon Tower remains standing still when so many other structures have been lost purely through public calls for its preservation. The works conducted for the National Lottery Heritage Fund have included the repair of this much local landmark. With the replacement of the roof, a more aesthetically pleasing security door, and old fascia, durable polycarbonate windows, the structure is once again safe and will be enjoyed for many years to come. The tower has been brought back to life, with visitors able to experience the views offered from inside the tower during open days events. I think one of those open days was about Easter Friday, which I was telling you about. Pictures from inside. But yeah, and like I said, I think it's great, it's been restored. A lot of places just get left and they're going to ruin, don't they? So I'm going to just go back on that path I was on, which I followed from the pike, and it's a straight path. And what's good about this road is, from where we was at Rivington Pike, you follow it along, and you can get up to Winter Hill from here, but also Noon Hill. If you want to hit Noon Hill, you go through the fence, the one before you would go through for Winter Hill, and it's just nice to kind of tag another peak, and you don't have to do any extra work because obviously Winter Hill's higher. So yeah, I'll show you that when we get closer. High winds, rain, but still good fun. Like I said, no such thing as bad weather, just a bad choice of clothing. got my Gore-Tex boots, which keeps the water out. The trousers I wear, they're not waterproof. So yeah, I don't really bother with waterproof trousers. I'll either wear shorts or these running leggings. And then I've got just an athletic shirt, or t-shirt should I say. And then a down jacket, which I'm not wearing. I've got a fleece, keeps me nice and toasty warm. Down jacket, which I always think keeps warm, but I'm not wearing that yet. I'm not wearing that now, should I say. And then my mountain equipment, Gore-Tex jacket, which isn't used for warmth, but it certainly blocks the wind and keeps me nice and dry. And I've got hats and gloves, but I don't need them. Not cold enough for that. The weather doesn't look too bad in that direction, if I'm honest. Looks nice. We're to the right of me towards Winter Hill and Darwin Way. Looks a bit more unsettled. So I'm just looking at my GPS watch now, and I think, I hope we can make it out. The dotted line is telling me to go straight ahead, but I want to follow the thick purple line. So I think we're going to make our way through here. Yep. I've not done this path upwards before. I think I've come down it from Noon Hill, but I've never gone up it. But what you'll do now, you'll start seeing 117 Winter Hill and the TV mast in the distance there. Surprised you can actually see it at the moment. I thought it might have been clagged in. As you can see now on the foot, it's very, very wet. But a lot of it will be like that along here. But it is what it is, isn't it? It's all good. Look at the views. Really nice. Getting a bit claggy. Winter Hill mast has now gone. Can no longer see that. So just push them a bit more. See what the view's like when we just get to the top here. I think this is Noon Hill. So just coming up that path, we've been walking what, 5 minutes from when we came through the gate. And we're at Noon Hill, which is 380 metres. It's not too windy, if I'm honest with you. I expected it to be a bit more windy than this. But in the distance, you've got Great Hill over there, which is 1 more metre higher than Noon Hill. And our next stop is Winter Hill over there, which is 456 metres. I see the GoPro's making out, but you can see the clag rolling across. But you get views of, you've got Winter Hill there, you've got 2 lads in the distance there, and you've got Rivington Pike over there, and you've got views all around. Really is a cracking route. So peak 1 done, Noon Hill. So on to peak 2, which is Winter Hill. But again, even though the path's muddy and wet, it's pretty easy to follow. I don't know if you can make out, there's a gentleman in the distance. yeah, I'm really enjoying this one. Really nice. As I touched on before, the only problem when you get to the moors is when it's been wet, it's crossing it in certain sections. So this is the path, and it's easy to see the path. We'll get to sections which are just really boggy. And it's all about foot placement. Oh, look at that bog foot. Oh, bog foot. But I think I'm still dry. The boots did its job. Oh man, I said that. Oh, just stepped in that. Now the boot did its job then, but the problem is it went over the ankles, so now I've got wet socks, and that's because I'm too busy talking to the camera instead of looking where I'm placing my feet. Good fun though. Anyway, back to Phuket State. Oh. So be warned, if you do come this way and it's been wet, don't do it in trainers because you're going to get wet. So I don't know if the camera can pick it up. I've been walking about, I'd say 10-15 minutes from when I hit Noon Hill. The path comes and goes, so it's not hard. It's not hard to make out. We just gotta keep your eyes out from where it is. But the clag's really coming now. Just behind me should be Winter Hill somewhere, but I'm not sure where it is. You might be able to make it. I think there's a mountain biker just coming down now. Love that. Love that. How much fun does that look? That looks really fun. Then we've got another one coming down. How cool's that? I was saying before I couldn't see Winter Hill, and there it is. Just coming in and out of shot. Path's getting a bit easier to follow now. Once I'm at Winter Hill, I'll know exactly where I am path-wise, and it's just a nice. See if I can show you what I mean. Your foot just starts disappearing. Oh, you can't get it out. You can see where the mountain bikes have just been. I'm making my way from Noon Hill, from over there, going towards Winter Hill, and I'm not far from Winter Hill. The mat is just there, so the trig point's going to be over there. I've come across this pile of rocks, which it looks like at some point it would have occurred, but I'm not sure what that would be. I'm looking on the GPS and it just has it down as a point of interest. If anyone knows what that would be, let us know in the comments, because I'm not sure. Oh, I'll just spin you around. You can see Rivington Pike now. It's just views have just kind of opened up a little bit. So you got Rivington Pike there. In the distance over there, you've got two lads. So you can kind of see the route we're doing now. So we're going to be going over there, which is Winter Hill. From Winter Hill, we're going to go across to Two Lads, which is over there. From Two Lads, we drop down and then back up to Rivington Pike. Actually, it's worked out really well because you can kind of get you can see the views across all the moors now. certain way. It's really cleared up, although it's going to come back in a minute because wind's coming from that direction. Pike's now disappeared, so soon two lads will disappear, Rivington will disappear. How cool is that? Look at the views across though now. Just going to sweep come across here. Really nice. You can see the reservoir down there. Bit of a rainbow as well. You can see a rainbow just going over the moor there. I hope the GoPro picks it out. Really nice. Swing your eyes, see if you can see that. The mast there, not clagged in. The weather's picked up actually, especially over looking over the moors. Getting some really nice views now. I think what I'm going to do is, once I get to Winter Hill, tag that, and then I think it'll be time to get the flask out and have a brew of the view and help myself to a flapjack. Mrs. Miller's kindly made some flapjacks. Just on that, a lot of people ask me when I go hiking what's the most important thing to do, and clothing obviously is one of the main important things, because you need to stay dry and warm, especially if going to places like the lakes. But one thing which is often overlooked is food and drink. It's really vital that you keep drinking water, and if you can, put some of those electrolyte tablets in with the water, because many people when they're walking they feel like they're alright, but then dead quickly they can just become really weak and faint purely because they've not drank or ate. And I get when people are walking they just want to keep going, but don't do that. Just drink little and often, even if it means every time you stop have a drink of water or whatever it is you brought with you. Same with snacks. I mean, the great thing about walking or hiking I find is you can take crisps and, you know, chocolate bars or whatever it is you fancy and not feel guilty because you're putting off the energy. But please, if you come on walks of any length, make sure you bring snacks and make sure you're eating them regularly, because I've been there where you think you're alright, and especially when you're going uphill, and all of a sudden your body just gives up. So drink little and often, and snack as much as you want, I suppose. Anyway, we're at Winter Hill now, so the cairn somewhere along here. There's the TV mast, and I can see the cairn just up here. You can see in the distance there. So yeah, you can just come up to the cairn now at Winter Hill. I think it's the highest point around here at 456 metres. So when we were at Noon Hill it was 380 metres. So a little bit of elevation. Just got to work out the best way to get to it. I could go across there, but there's one thing guaranteed: I want to get a muddy foot. I'm going to take a slight detour and go round. See if I can avoid what he says. See if I can avoid getting bog foot. But here we are, Winter Hill. Wind's picking up a little bit, as you can probably make out. Just coming up to the the mast. Just come through the gate. Just come across this, which I've not seen before, in memory of George Henderson, traveller of Anne and Dumfriesshire, who was barbarously murdered on Rivington Moor at noonday, November the 9th, 1838, in the 20th year of his age. Pretty scary stuff. Maybe we shouldn't be out on the moors walking alone. But yeah, George Henderson, traveller, murdered on the moor, 20 years of age. Not seen that before. I've come up here loads of times, I've never seen that. Sad. Like I said, every time you come up around Rivington, you'll always find something you've not seen before. Like I said, I found the pile of rocks before, not seen them before. In memory of all who lost their lives at the Winter Hill disaster, 27th of February 1958, and with grateful thanks to the people of Horwich and Bolton for their magnificent support erected by His Worship, the Mayor of Douglas, Isle of Man, F. Kennish, survivor, and the survivors' families and friends of all who died. Somewhere around the corner, all is well. I like that. That's a nice saying, isn't it? Somewhere around the corner, all is well. Feels better. Had a brew, had something to eat. Feel miles better. I'll tell you what never fails to amaze me though is when you stop, just how quickly you get chilly. I'm just keeping my eyes out because I can hear the helicopters. I've just seen, looks like the search and rescue helicopters just come over, and before I could get my camera it's just dropped down. I hope everyone's okay and there's been nothing, you know, seriously happened. I can see some slabs here. Now, it really does need a good path from Winter Hill because not many people come here because of that path. So I hope all these slabs you see here, I do hope they're for a path going from Rivington Pike to Winter Hill. That would be great. Let me know, I'm not sure. I can still hear that helicopter. Anyway, I'm going to stick to this access road because I'm not going to Rivington Pike just yet. I'm going to hit Crooked Hill Edge and Two Lads. I think that's Two Lads just in the distance there. Like I said on the maps, it's it's Crooked Hill Edge, or on OS maps, I say on OS maps it's called Crooked Hill Edge, but I think that's just the actual name of the hill, and I think it's called Two Lads because of the cairns. So at the start of it I thought it was two separate peaks, but it's not, it's just all one peak, I think. If you ever wondered how they get slabs across those moorlands to build a path, that's how. So it looks like a path being built to Two Lads. So from the access road, looks like you pick up the path here, and I think this is going to take me to Two Lads. Again, it looks really muddy. Still got the helicopter there picking up and dropping off slabs, which is cool. So we're just coming up to Two Lads now at 389 metres. It's got its name Two Lads because of the two cairns, which I'll show you. Quite imposing cairns as well. What's good now, I'm just going to spin you around because the views have really opened up. They're the views over Horwich. You can see Macron Stadium in the background. Sorry, it's not Macron, it's called the Tough Sheet Stadium now. I still call it the Reebok, to be fair. I think most people around here still call it Reebok. Then you got Horwich down there, Lower Rivington Reservoir there, you got Rivington Pike there, then you'll have Noon Hill over there. You've now got Winter Hill in the background over there, which the sun's come out a little bit, and then we're at Two Lads. We've got the first of the cairns there. Like I said to you, pretty imposing, aren't they? Quite big cairns. There you go, the second cairn over there. Again, it's not small. And then you've got a lovely newly built cairn here, which just shows you what you can see in the direction. So Winter Hill going that way, Counding Hill, Deemhill Reservoir, Bolton, Manchester. As I was saying earlier on, you got Snowdonia National Park on a clear day, you can see over there. Great Ormond, Liverpool that way over there, and then Rivington Pike over there, which we're making our way to next. So we're leaving Two Lads behind now, and on our way to Rivington Pike, just over there. Like the only downside to this is you drop down quite a way to go back up, it is what it is. But so far I've really enjoyed this walk. Like I've not done it before, it's a great circular walk. So yeah, and then whoa. Oh, looks like I'm still recording. I thought I'd stopped. Took an arse over tip. Oh, fucking muddy all over. Oh, I really need to take my boots off, twisting my ankle. Oh, look at the fucking stairs on it. Oh, man. So I got that fall on the GoPro, I think. My ankle's really sore. And worst about all that is there's two blokes about 100 metres ahead in this oil. So yeah, wounded ego there, but yeah, it happens, doesn't it? Oh, that's going to be sore. But what that goes to show is it happens. It happens with best of us. Now luckily I'm in a relatively, I'm in a local spot, and there's always going to be walkers, but my ankle hurts, so I've twisted it slightly. But imagine if I'd have broken my ankle, then I'd have been in the middle of nowhere. Now I do carry a Zolio satellite communicator, and it's for instances like that, because I fell then, and if I'd have been in a remote part of the Dales, for example, where you don't get much cell service sometimes, or even around Rivington, some places you don't get mobile coverage, just like in Lake District. So yesterday I was in Lake District at Seathwaite. We set off up Great Gable, and there was no cell coverage there at all at the bottom. So if you're on your own and you have a fall, you might not be able to call for help. So I think personally a satellite communicator, and even though they're expensive, are a must-have, because luckily for me though, I'm in Rivington, there's always people about, because you know it's relatively decent weather. But if it had been a grim day and I come out when it's bad and I'd have fallen and not had any mobile coverage, I'd have been stuck there, and you might be stuck there overnight. So even though I don't need it, I do always bring a spur down jacket. I always bring an emergency shelter. I also bring, as part of my first aid kit, like they call it a life blanket, but basically it's designed to keep you warm. And like I said, I bring a satellite communicator, so it just means I can then call for help or let people know I need help, and it lets the search and rescue people know exactly where I am. So even though I looked a bit of a tit, and even though I'm okay, it's a nice reminder that no matter where you are, you can still, you know, do yourself some damage. And the problem I'm going to have is, at the moment my foot's alright because I'm moving it, and also because my ankle, my boot supported it as well, which is a good thing. But as soon as I take that boot off, I think it's going to give me some jip. I mean, I've got an ice pack in my first aid pack, so I could take my boot off now and put some ice on it, but then you just risk it swelling up and then not being able to get home, because obviously I need to drive home. So yeah, anyway, enough of that gassing. I can kind of now show you where we're going to be. So we're just going to make our way down. And when you get down to the bottom, there's a lovely cafe, do lovely hot drinks. So I recommend stopping there and having a drink, and got lovely views overlooking the reservoir and down into Horwich. So you get to the bottom where the path is and you turn right, and then you're just literally following the road or trail or whatever you want to call it back up to Rivington where I was before. We'll tag Rivington and then we'll make our way back down to the car. But I'm not going to lie, there was a point there where about 30 seconds to a minute after it, I thought I was going to have to call home and ask somebody to come and pick us up, because my ankle was really sore, but it settled down a bit now. So this is that cafe I was telling you about as you get to the bottom. Hello. Oops. Sorry, hello. So I've had a brew here before, it's really nice. So if you do this walk, maybe you're coming down from Rivington and you're going up to Two Lads that way, get yourself a brew here and have a lovely brew of a view. Like I've been a couple of times, it's a real nice stop. The Pike Snack Shack. Have a lovely coffee, sit down here and have a nice brew there. Highly recommend it. So yeah, you just keep following that road up and then you follow it till you get to, you've got two options. You can go up here and you can just follow the path up to the Pike this way, or you can carry on walking down there and that brings you to where I was earlier on, where that other cafe is, and go up that way. But might as well go up this way. I don't think I've been up this way before. I've been down this way, but you'll see the other path in a moment. I'll swing you around so you can see. But it's a nice easy path up. Got a couple of options here really. You can take the road or pathway around, I suppose, or you can go up the dirt track, if that's what you want to call it. We'll go this way. Rivington Pike's the busiest one. Then after that it's probably Two Lads, and I'll be honest with you, not many people used to visit Two Lads up until about maybe a month ago, until they put that new cairn in there. It's kind of got popular again, which is nice, because it's a great summit, as is Noon Hill, because you get views of Winter Hill, Rivington Pike, Horwich and beyond, but everyone just comes to Rivington Pike. So what's nice is Two Lads is getting a bit more popular. Winter Hill's still quiet, but that's mainly because of the path. And I've never seen anyone except the odd one or two at Noon Hill, which I get really, because it's kind of out of the way. Rivington Pike, Two Lads is about 15 minutes away. Winter Hill, just there, that's about 25 minutes away. So this is the summit of Rivington Pike. So Rivington Pike summit, 363 metres. And like I said, as you can see, quite popular. It's always the most popular on this one because it's really easy to get to, does the car parking, so you can literally park at the barn and you're at the top within 20 minutes or so. So a lot of people, you know, come with the kids and get out, which is great. And two, because not many people then want to go across to Winter Hill for the reasons I've mentioned. But if I just take you up here, you'll be able to see the views you get, which on a clear day you can see Blackpool Tower, Snowdonia, Manchester. I don't think we're going to be treated to that today. Still quite nice. Just turn you around. So this is where I was before. That's a cafe, but I took the path up towards Pigeon Tower. But most of the time what I do is I come through that gate there and I take the path up to Rivington Pike there. It's about 5 minutes to the top there. So I'm just making my way back down, and I'll soon hit Rivington Barn and back to the car. If you've enjoyed the video, give it a like. If you enjoy my other videos, give me a subscribe, and let me know what other areas you want to see which are local. My plan is to do a lot more videos, especially in the lakes. Got a few walks coming up in the Lake District. We've got the Fairfield Horseshoe coming up, I'm hoping to do that one. I've got the Kentmere Horseshoe, I'm hoping to do that one. Because the goal over the next year or so is to do all the Wainwrights. So I'll be trying to video as much as them as I can. We're doing the Yorkshire Three Peaks in when is that? In May, mid-May, so that's why I'm doing all these walks for training for that. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed it. To the next one, see you later. Another brew with a view.